Inside the Huddle with Matthew Stafford. Brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first. And the Henry Ford Medical Group, team physicians for the Detroit Lions.
Well, when you want answers, you go right to the field, General. We are pleased to be joined by the Lions quarterback Matthew Stafford, still riding high after the team wins Game 1 down in Tampa. And Matthew, hey, first time you've been undefeated as a quarterback. It has to feel pretty good. It is only one game, but how long do you allow yourself to enjoy that?
Just about 24 hours. You know, we got to get started on Kansas City as soon as we get back to Allen Park after a road win like that we had in Tampa. But we've had a good week of preparation, still working a little bit, a couple things to work out before the game on Sunday, but we're excited about it.
You know, after a training camp like the one you guys had and a preseason like you guys had, I'm sure both the offense and the defense wanted to get on the field first. You went on the field first, put together a nice drive. I'm sure you were anxious to get out there and do your thing, weren't you?
Yeah, we were. You know, as an offense, we felt like we had something to prove, and we went out there, put points on the board early on in the game, which is what we're going to try to do every game. And we left a touchdown out there, but 3 points is good.
I want to talk, before we move on to Kansas City, about a specific play in this game that I think was really crucial. It was the 4th down and 3 from the 36 where you guys decided to go for it, and you scored a touchdown. You connected with Calvin Johnson. What was the thinking there? And walk us through what your options were on that play, because that really was a big one.
That was an aggressive play call. You know, I actually went over to Coach Linehan. He said, let's just go for it. And I said, you know, let's just be smart about this, get a first down. He said, no, you only live once. Let's do it. I said, okay. He called a great play. It's a 4 vertical play. Calvin runs a little bit of a double move. And, you know, we were trying to take a little bit of an advantage of Aqib Talib's aggressiveness. Calvin ran a great route, and guys up front protected, you know, perfectly for me, and threw a ball out there to him. Calvin made a great catch and scored a touchdown. It was a big play in the game.
No question about it. Now, Matthew, you've been a winner pretty much everywhere you've been. This is now your 3rd year here. Looking back on it, what was missing when you got here? And what do you sense out of that locker room now? What's been the biggest difference?
I think an identity. You know, Coach Schwartz came in when I came in 2 years ago, and, you know, he really felt like he had to build the team the way he wanted to build it, and we had to follow. And I feel like he's getting to where he feels like we have the right pieces of the puzzle to make this thing click. And as a locker room, we're feeling that as well, and trying to gel and learn how to win games.
Well, here we go. Home opener, Ford Field this Sunday. You got the Kansas City Chiefs coming into town. What do you expect from them? They really got thrashed at home. I don't know anybody who thought Buffalo would go to Kansas City and win. But now you got a team on the ropes, and you're going in with some confidence. How do you approach this one?
You know, it's going to be a tough game. Kansas City has a ton of talent. You know, their defense didn't play as well as they're capable of week 1, obviously, giving up the 41 points to Buffalo. But these guys got a ton of talent, a ton of first-round picks on defense. And as an offense, I know we have a big challenge ahead of us, and as a team as well. They're well coached. Coach Haley does a great job there, and you know, they run the football, protect the ball, and play great defense.
I don't know how much you allow yourself to be a fan of the league, but I want to ask you about 2 specific quarterbacks and their performance from last week. The first one's Tom Brady, 517 yards. Your take on that performance?
Pretty unbelievable. You know, he did a great job. Guys were making plays for him. He was putting the ball in the right spot, and the way that game was going, kind of back and forth, they needed to put some points up, and Tom did a great job for him.
The other one is Cam Newton, a rookie who tied your record for most passing yards as a rookie. I mean, first game ever out of the chute, that many yards. How does he do that?
Unbelievable. I don't know. You know, he did an outstanding job. I didn't get to see the whole game. I saw a bunch of the highlights, and the kid looked great. So, you know, I'm happy for him. Happy to share my name or my place in the record books with him. He's an outstanding talent.
I got one final question for you. It comes from a fan, Howard Collins, through our Twitter feed. Fittingly, he wants to know your thoughts on social media in sports. What's your approach? I know you're active on Twitter a little bit.
I am. You know, I follow more than I tweet. You know, I think it's a great way to get news, get updates on, you know, sports or world things, whatever you're looking for. But a lot of guys use it to their advantage. They have a great time with it. It's a good way for players to connect to fans and fans to do the same.
All right, that is Lions quarterback Matthew Stafford. We, of course, thank you very much for your time, Matthew, and go get us a win on Sunday.
We're pulling for him. The 2 big thumbs up, huh?
All of Metro Detroit and all of Michigan is
rooting for him. I was just watching him on Twitter, @Staff9.
That's right. You know, he's got such a great control, not only of what he's doing on the field with the offense, but of the guys in the locker room. He's so approachable, and he's so even-keeled that he really has a great rapport with his teammates, and that rubs off when you take the field on a Sunday.
That's a great thing. Do you think he worries about his injuries now, or he's just...
You know, he doesn't, and I think he's so happy that people in the locker room every day aren't asking him too much about it, because he hadn't been injury-prone until he got to the NFL. Right. He says, listen, if I played any other position, I would have played through the injury, but you can't play quarterback with a separated shoulder.
That's great to hear from him anyway.
No question.
All right, thanks, Tom.